What up, YouTube? I'm back here and I'm going to show you guys how I cut a common rafter. So here I'm going to build like a little birdhouse, just a gable to gable end. So first off, I take my run. I have 24 3/4. I'm going to make this more of a steeper roof, so I'm going to make it 11 pitch. So that takes me to the calculator. Let's see if I can go in here to see it better. So what you want to do is input your roof run, and that would be 24 3/4. And now divide that by 2, which would be the half of the overall, would give me 12 3/8. I'm going to input that as my run. And next I'm going to input my pitch at 11 inch pitch. It'll give me a diagonal of 16 13/16. So let's go put that onto the rafter. So now let's start by taking our rafter, first the plumb cut. So I'm going to make my line go with the 11, and I will mark that corner all the way down. Next, I'll take my measurement, which is 16 13/16, so it's just a bit bigger than 3/4. 16 13/16, so I'll make a mark there. And then we'll come down, do the same exact thing on the pivot point, mark it with the 11, and now we're ready to mark a seat cut. Now, in order to make a seat cut, the rafter is going to be sitting here. It's going to be sitting on 3.5. So now let's visualize this rafter now meeting in the middle, and this is the outside of the wall. That's basically what it's looking like right now. I'm just going to take out that 3.5 from that line. So now I'm looking right here, 3.5 right here, and I align up my square there, 3.5, make a little mark. And that's essentially what you're notching out of your rafter. So now let's move on to the overhang. The overhang could be whatever you like it. I sometimes do this way. I just measure across perpendicular to my plumb line, because I know that's the edge of the wall. So I can make it a 6-inch overhang, but if I'm using 3/4, I'll go 5 1/4 for the fascia. I'll make my 11 mark on my 6-inch mark, or sorry, my 5 1/4 mark. And now let's get the fascia piece. So here is a piece of the fascia that I'll be using. It's just a scrap 3.5 block. Now, in order to find out where your fascia is going to sit, you put your block along your fascia line, and then you're going to align those two lines like that. Essentially, that's where your plywood's going to hit when it comes down the length of this rafter. So where's my pencil? There's my pencil. Basically, the intersection of that point, I typically go either like that, and then if you're sheeting with your 1/2 inch, landing half on the fascia, I can move it up a little bit, but for sake of example, let's just keep it there. You can do this way, or you can just square it back after that. It is just the reverse of an 11/12. Okay, so without further ado, this is my rafter. I got my template ready to be scribed on after, and let's put this together now. Always try Try and be efficient. Don't go placing it on the ground if you have to pick it up again. Nope, just make it. Set it with my trim nailer here. Okay, it's just starting to rain. So I know just from my math in this roughly built birdhouse, I could pin that top, and I'm gonna pull this as tight as possible. Let's see if I can get a toenail in that. Oh, nope, too short. Almost shot my Crocs. Here, this way it'll work. Boom. And then I go here, I make sure I'm pushed up tight, and then one little, oh yeah, I'll put a little more. All right, so now, if I look back, not too shabby, boys.